maybe.
No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm, of course, Shae the Red with my awesome co-host, Cyborg Valkyrie. How you doing, Cy?
I am doing awesome. Just tweeting out that we have gone live for the 3 people who we know that wouldn't have gotten the 2 tweets. So
that, to be fair, the algorithm has been a bitch, so whatever we got to do to let people know, because we are here with an amazing guest. We got our buddy Clint hanging out. How are you, dude?
Hey, I'm doing well. It's good to be streaming with you again. It's been, I don't know, at least a year.
It's been
way too fucking
very long silly goose time.
Yeah.
That's Tyler.
Whatever.
You do this every time, Cy.
Fuck you. Wait.
Anyway.
How many minutes are we in? Okay. I did not say.
It's too late. You already screwed us. We're already not getting monetized because you dropped the F-bomb before 2 minutes, and now we hit 2 minutes. So fuck you, Cy.
Science.
So before we get into all this, Clint, I am gonna hopefully, if everything works out, I'm gonna be back at your neck of the woods in December.
Cool. Oh, in December. Okay.
We're going to have to figure it out. I know. I have, no leave. And so I have to do recruiter's assistance in order for me to be able to, go home and see my mom.
No worries. We'll have to work something out. I was talking to, do you know Yan? I'm always going to say his name wrong. Yang Zhang Zhao. You know him, his YouTube channel.
I don't actually know.
That's the best I can do. His another small YouTube comics channel, and he's going to be here too, but in the fall. So I'm like, dude, I still think it'd be fun to connect at convention or something too. It'd be fun.
Dude, come to New York Comic Con, because that's where we're gonna be.
Yes, both
in
of us
October
are coming to New York Comic Con in October. 2 months away.
All right,
you have time. You have your banner right behind you.
I don't think I would. I think if I went to New York Comic Con, it would just be to attend. Because I went to Boston and it was Plastic City Comic Con, and bringing all this stuff out and books was kind of expensive. So
yeah.
I just watched a video.
Ship it to me. I'll drive it up.
I just watched a video of this little Asian woman in her 20s in California that decided to sell at New York Comic Con for the first time. And all she was selling was art prints and stickers. And she completely sold out by day 3.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
I've heard of people doing really well there. It's just, I guess, getting there or something. I don't know.
Getting everything up there is difficult. Yeah.
So if you're not going to sell, just bring your banner with you, right?
Yeah.
Just that'll be your cosplay.
Get a harness,
yeah.
Strap it to your back so that it's 12 feet tall as you're walking through. Yeah. People will stop you. If convention security doesn't catch you swiping credit cards, you're good. You're good.
Exactly. Just be like, yo, Venmo me.
Step into the bathroom so we can complete this transaction.
Wow, that's not sketchy at all.
Nope.
So Red Valkyrie is looking at hitting more cons hopefully in 2023. This kind of randomly fell into place, us being at New York Comic Con, but it's going to be fucking epic, and I'm so excited. And so we're definitely going to stream. If anyone's going to be there, hit us up. What's up, Adega? It's good to see you. Eric, of course, I threatened Clint, because that's what I do. Yep. Hello, Gordon. Good to see you. Okay. Are we ready to do this cosplay reveal so we can get on? with this
there a drum?
epicness.
There is a drum roll. I have
There
two
is a
different
drum roll.
rolls,
Sai has a drum roll.
and I was going to ask the audience, but you know what? The time to do that has passed, so I will ask Shae. Do you want the classic or the new?
Whichever, I don't care.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Metamorphosis completed, sir.
Shae the Red.
Has now become
Awesome.
What's that?
That's great.
Red eyes and everything.
Yeah. Oh, you just had to get into a bar fight once to get the blood going.
No problem. No problem.
Love it.
Yeah, I actually, it's funny because I got this on a while ago, and when it dries, it tends to flake, and so I've just been like flaking off like bits of blood. Like that works.
It's fitting though. It totally works.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel like they would have like day-old blood the way that they are, so it's fine. Because look at them. Look at these women with their curly hair, and it's all up, and then they're covered in blood.
They're not using napkins either. It's just
no. They're very messy. Very messy ladies. Oh, Eric, did I get it? I think I got it. Okay. I think we're good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so we're here for Bram Stoker's Dracula, just kidding. Clint's. And we have things that we must talk about.
Yes.
Are you related?
Yeah, so I'm related, but it's in a ridiculously distant way. So it's not even to me. It's more of a joke than anything. But we're like 11th cousins 4 times removed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's real. I went on to like ancestry.com and traced it all. So I have receipts.
Yes.
But yeah, it's pretty distant. And you know what's crazy too? There's another guy. His name is Darcy Stoker. And a few years ago, he launched a novel that was his version of Dracula. And just like 2 weeks ago, maybe, he launched a comic book on Zoop that they're promoting it as a descendant of Bram Stoker himself making a comic book. So they launched one on Zoop. I gotta check to see how it's doing, but it's kind of funny that no matter how obscure this is, there's somebody else that's doing it too. Yeah.
Right. Like it feels ridiculous to be like, oh, by the way, like way down the lineage and like this weird mishmash web, I am related to Bram Stoker, but so is this other dude who's also doing the same thing. It's like, the fuck.
What are the odds? His book looks cool though, so it's we've raised more money though, so the campaign's been going longer, but I'll just take that as a victory. So
what did you say his project was about? Some kind of sci-fi thing?
It's Dracula: The Return, Cult of the White Worm. That's the title.
Is that like that
weird
that British movie Lair of the White Worm?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah,
where
that's
the chick prayed to the snake god and was gonna have weird dildo sex with the other human sacrifice chick.
That got real dark real quick.
Not sure if it goes that direction or not, but who knows?
If it does, I'm in.
Oh my gosh, Sai.
Shae, talk about what you just highlighted, please.
I like your cover B artist.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool, dude.
Eric Canetti's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy. This is seriously, this is the most fortunate I've been with cover art on any single book, but both covers are amazing. I love that they're completely different.
They really are.
The stars really aligned. Like to get one from Eric Canetti is just so amazing. And then Kelsey Shannon to top it off, again, amazing. So great covers.
Very, very cool. Yeah, we Eric's pretty cool. He's pretty all right, I guess.
I'm assuming you've had him on the show.
We have a show with him every. So we do writing pros, and he's a regular. He's one of our panelists.
That's awesome. I didn't realize. I gotta tune into that one. Yeah.
Yes.
I love talking to him too. He's just so down to earth, cool guy.
He's said some of the darkest shit I have ever heard in my life, and it's hilarious because you see him and everyone's like, oh, Eric is he's such a professional. He's so like calm and collected. And then like we just had a what would you do if scenario, and he laid it out that he'd like, oh yeah, just I'd kill my whole family so the demon wouldn't get a chance to. We were like, what just happened? Like,
and
what did you just say?
So much.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
Committed to it.
I know.
He's
right?
so funny. He's awesome. We love having him on to talk about writing tropes and to tell us that he is a basic bitch. Is pretty much what he says almost every time.
He's known for being such a good writer or such a good artist, but he's a fantastic writer too. Like, Arc Athena is just great.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't read it yet, which is really funny because he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sending it to you now," and I was like, "It's not that I don't have it, Eric. I have it. We haven't read it because we were going to do a review of it, and Cy wants to read and film the reviews like bam bam.
Yeah.
So we haven't read it, so we can do the review, but we haven't had time to do the reviews yet." And he was like,
"Yeah,
so you haven't read it?" And I'm like, "No."
Well,
I'm so sorry, Eric.
There's so many books though too. And they come in waves.
I have like 7 short boxes full of indie comics.
Yeah,
and I've read a couple of them. I haven't read most of them.
Yeah, it's somebody was saying buying comics is a different hobby than reading comics, and I think that's absolutely true. So
yeah.
I'm really into the buying of comics. I'm trying to get better at the reading of comics, but that takes time that I don't currently have. Although I will say I did read Downcast because that was fucking phenomenal. That was so good.
That Venn diagram of reading versus collecting is such a small sliver of overlap at this point.
Yeah.
It's very small.
I go through phases for sure, but I'm always, when I start reading, I start feeling guilty about, I should be doing this,
Yeah, exactly. I have 500 other things I need to be doing. Why am I reading? That doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It's like, because you invested in this, then it's part of your business. That's why you're reading.
Right.
It's research. And you're like, yeah, but I should draw things. Or I should market or do a cosplay or paint or something.
There's always something. Yeah, it's endless. But I've got to set a time. I did a really good job setting aside time to write. So I'm like dedicated writing time, but I need to do the same for reading as well. I haven't figured out what time that is, but it's I've got to figure it out. So
yeah, same. Exact same boat. Totally understand your plight right now, Clint.
Yeah.
Preaching to the choir. Okay, so let's talk about this because I'm loving. I was saying this backstage. Everyone and their dog has all been like, I think I'll do a Dracula story, just kind of out of the blue. And I've been just so here's the funny thing, right? Is there's been so many vampire stories, and when I say that, I just recently backed Vampire Hunter D that just did a new storyline with the same, like, the old school IP and everything, and they did it with hardcover books and everything. And so I backed that and was like, oh, I'm so excited for it. I still haven't gotten that one yet. And I was, gearing up for it. And then I saw Narwhal do Nosferatu, and I was like, of course Narwhal does Nosferatu. Why wouldn't he? It's perfect for his art style. It's hilarious. Like, I've got to get that version of Nosferatu because everybody else makes him, like, angular, but just really, like, off-putting. And I was like, Narwhal's is kind of sweet looking. Like, he's still creepy and very much not attractive, but it's like, oh, this poor little lost dog. And then your book came out, and I was like, okay, is it just vampire season now? Is that what's happening? I'm here for it.
Wasn't it like werewolves a year or two ago or something like that? It comes in waves. And I've got a hankering to do like a giant kaiju monster story at some point. Ooh. So I'm sure that's going to be, everyone
that'll come back around, I'm sure. Yeah.
You know what, Shae? I think I need to negotiate on behalf of Michael T with Clint here for a certain kaiju to be included, at least in the background of that.
Wow. I'm going to let you handle that. Just so you know, Clint, I'm not part of this business transaction. Whatever goes down, that is outside of me.
What? You deleted it off of this brand. How dare you?
I don't
No.
remember doing it, but good for me. I probably should have. That's fair.
No, I have to find it.
Anyway, all right, so getting back to Clint Stoker's Dracula. So 56 pages, black and white, hardcover graphic novel.
Hard.
First time going hardcover.
Bulgy.
That is a kaiju in Michael T's upcoming story.
Yes.
He has redrawn it as a kaiju with all of its bulging
Glory.
monstrosity.
Yeah.
It's horrifying, not gonna lie. Very terrifying, but it exists, so.
just like me, terrifying, but it does exist. So.
Exactly. Just like Sai. Yeah, okay, so tell us about your version of Dracula. I want to hear this.
Yeah, so the big thing to me was, especially if part of the, well, it evolved from, first off, the gimmick of the name. I'm not going to even lie. It's just Clint Stoker's Dracula. So the more I got thinking about that, I thought, if I'm going to take this seriously, it can't be Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like, I'm not going to retell the story. It's going to be something completely different. So you could think of this as an Elseworld Dracula. This is modern day. And as I thought about Dracula and the kind of being he is, if we translate that today, it's almost like he's Jeffrey Epstein. And so that is kind of where I started off with that idea. He's a not very well known, billionaire. He's so rich, but yet we don't know very much about him, and he spends his time basically trafficking people, and in this case it's for blood. So he's just very powerful. So that's kind of where I started off. The story centers around John Harker, who's a lawyer. Again, that's very similar to the original Dracula. He gets engaged to Mina, his fiance, and immediately her brother, so it'll be his soon-to-be brother-in-law, gets in trouble with the police. He's in jail, and so John has to go get him out of jail, and he's now his lawyer brother-in-law that's going to help him. And then he finds out that he actually...
Is that this guy?
That's that guy, yeah.
The hell is with his hair?
It's are you familiar with the Island Boys?
Oh my God, no, I am.
So I talked to Donald DeLay, and I was like, this guy, we need him to be so...
We need him to be the biggest douche.
Oh my
humanly
gosh,
possible.
I just looked it up. Oh.
Yeah.
Are
No.
the Island Boys. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like super deadbeat. Like, the whole thing is no one wants to trust this guy because he's so ridiculous, but he stumbled onto something that is pretty serious with Dracula here. So so as I was explaining the character, and I did some of the test dialogue and sent it to Donald, he was like, do you know the Island Boys? And I looked them up and did the same thing. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I want. So he went with the hair, and yeah, it's very, very fitting. And I think it makes for a really interesting character.
Wow. Yeah, that's that hair. Like, I saw that and I was like, there's obviously a story behind this, and I'm just gonna need to know what it is. And now that I've seen that as a human,
like a real person.
I was hoping it'd be less like unsettling. It's more. Because there's people walking around like that, and that's terrible.
And that's working with Donald, he does such a good job with stylizing people and making, they're cartoony, but these are like real life cartoony people,
Right. Yeah.
So, it just fits so well. And Donald got excited about it. So I was like, yeah, let's run with it. So it's set in modern day, and then you can kind of see, like, as they right on this page, they're actually they're trying to celebrate their engagement in this fancy hotel, or this hotel restaurant, and they're gonna get booted out. So Dracula's gonna invite them to his castle to celebrate instead, and that's where things take a very dark turn.
The Island Boys are in this, so there was never not going to be a dark turn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fun. And from the back there, people are like, "Is that Groot?"
It does. It looks like a very blunt cut brute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
literally was like, does he have sticks for hair? They just like, did he get pruned?
Yeah.
And then you look and you're like, that's what the hair looks like. What the fuck style is this? I don't
Yeah.
even know why or how you would do that.
Yeah. I still don't. But yeah, it's
I don't
fitting.
wanna know.
It undermines his character and his story. You know,
In every way.
Yeah, in every way. Yeah, super fun though. I love how Donald did all the really heavy blacks. He kind of you can always tell that it's Donald. I think on everything that he draws, I can tell it's him. But he puts a lot of care into trying to make a different style for everything he does. So it's like a different compartment of Donald DeLay. So it's kind of what we have here.
Yeah, I really like the characters, like, all kind of, especially because they all have these masks that are bat masks, so their noses all have that like blunt kind of look, and
Almost like a pig nose. Yeah
exactly. And that was the first time I saw this. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's like they're all wearing pig masks, and that's weird. And I looked at it more and I was like, those are bats.
Yeah.
And that's why it's elongated, like up and everything, because it's like bats going into bat ears. But I love this where they all look like, oh no, we're just a big welcoming family, and you just have them in complete like blackout, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna die here. Like,
yeah, this is.
You don't know this man. This man's like, come to my home. I'd be like, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you.
There,
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It was kind of fun to do horror straight on. Like, I don't know, and lots of stories I've done have had elements of I want there to be tension or some creepiness. But for this, it was like the whole purpose of this story is to just make the reader feel uncomfortable. And that was pretty fun to just play with the different tools and things to do that. So yeah, you see kind of the camera there at the bottom. This is almost a splash page, but it's not. And that's sort of a reoccurring thing too.
You know what's really funny is when you look like he's selling this super charming, whatever. And then the girls that are directly around him are also selling it. The chick with the camera, though.
Yeah.
She's a little too eager. She's the one that's giving it away, and he's probably like, "We talked about this.
Like, bitch, be
you
cool.
need to rein it in." It's like, you can't be this excited and salivating when you're the one with the camera. Okay, we talked about this, Veronica. I need you to get it on lock. Damn it.
Bitch, be cool. The cops are outside.
Right? Like, just terrible.
I gotta live here.
Yeah, so this looks like it's going to be super fun. I mean, granted, I can already vouch for your ability to write. Like, you are a very good storyteller. It's incredibly entertaining to read the worlds that you create and the characters in which you put them through, which is why Downcast, I was so like, yes, oh my gosh, yes, I love this, it's amazing.
Thanks.
Had to make sure that we got you on for it, because it's just it's a full-on fucking experience, going through what that brother and sister initially go through, and you have such good art attached to it all that just really kind of make it come to life. And it looks like you've done it again with a really awesome team, and like you said, these covers are amazing, because the covers really show both sides. Like, this is the hungover like night after or day after party.
This is Kelsey. He says it's his American Psycho version of Dracula.
Yeah, I could buy that.
Yeah. And this is like the conceptual kind of cover, and the other one is more of the literal, like that, the costumes they wear and everything. But they're both just so amazing. Kelsey also told me when he did this image, he exactly did the eye first, right in the middle, like top and sideways. That's right in the center, and then worked out from that. So
it works because that obviously, like, you're drawn to his eye and how it's like pinned, almost like I don't know if you know much about like birds and stuff, but parrots, when they're really interested in something, their eye does something called pinning. And it's where their eye will focus down super, super narrow, and it kind of goes back and forth as it pins down and kind of refines whatever it is it's looking at that has its interest. It's a survival instinct and a survival tactic, and most birds have it, like owls and things like that do the same thing, to be able to kind of telescopically see threats or prey or whatever. And so having his eye it almost looks like his eye would be doing this if it was like in an anime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it feels like his eye is pinned on you, and it's like, oh, I don't like that. That's what birds of prey do. Like, don't look at me like that. That's not cool. Like, you got a whole, carafe of blood that you're casually sipping from. Like, just chill with that.
That is clearly a mega pint of blood.
A mega pint of blood, yes.
Johnny Depp approved. Yeah.
But yeah, I really like it because it literally feels like the before, like during the party when everyone's kind of taken in, and he's still keeping this facade of, I'm just like this rich, altruistic, like, suave kind of person, and I really just want you to be happy and all of that. And then this is like the after is like, the fuck do you want? Like, what are you looking at? You're just like, whoa, this is Jekyll and Hyde shit. Like, I don't like you like this.
Well, it's just he's never satisfied. Like, he just had however much blood he could want, but it's exhausting almost. It's just endless thirst. He's got to move on to the next victim.
Not just that, but the entire pretense of it all, of having to go through this to get his blood.
Yeah. Right. Well, and like here, this reminds me of when you see, like, they've got those like thriller movies, right? Where you've got something that's like this, where you have somebody who at night seemed gregarious and happy and suave and all of those things, and then in the morning you see them and they seem very cold and very frustrated and just like like I'm waiting for him to get up and like shrug that woman's arm off him, like, get the fuck off of me, like, what are you doing? And it's like, oh, you are not the same person. Like, everything about you, nothing about this sells suave or charismatic. Like, this is like dickhead on Wall Street kind of attitude, and it's such a jarring change from the other covers. So it's so cool that you had two artists and they both took it two totally different ways, and in a weird way it comes around to telling almost the full story in two covers.
I love that. Yeah. And I totally, kudos to the cover artists, because I just said, do something awesome. That was it. Sent them some reference photos and everything. Kelsey did his first. In fact, I was like, I think I'm good on covers, Kelsey. Why don't you do a trading card for me? Because sometimes he'll just say, I've got a little time. You want me to do something for you? Yeah. And I was like, well, you could do a trading card, I guess. And then he turned this in, and I was like, well, that's going to be a cover now. So
well, I guess that's a cover.
It's just been, it's so cool to just, I don't know, as I've networked and just meeting artists and things, and when you find a project that just works, they're having fun with it. I mean, that's the best. You get the best cover.
Wholeheartedly agree. And that's actually one of the things that I like when I was sitting over here, and I'm still plotting it out and have done very little work on it, if I'm going to be wholly honest, but my horror anthology, like my more dark anthology, the thought is finding the right artists for the right pieces, and just being like, I think you would be a phenomenal artist for this one story, and so I want to give it to you and have you read it and let you run with like paneling it out or whatever, or I want you to read this poem and just whatever comes to mind, do that. And it's when you get people who are the the best possible fit. You get some of the most amazing art, and it's so nice as the writer because you're like, I don't have to say anything because I know you're gonna bring out something that I wouldn't have even considered.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Like, I was kind of taking it back to Downcast. We're working on Downcast 4. We're about halfway done, a little over halfway done. And it's cool just seeing, like, Nacho will turn in stuff now. We've done enough work together that I can almost picture, like, how it's going to look, you know? And, like, I know what his strengths are. And so it's been, I don't know, it's just cool to, like, carry me. You know what I mean? Like, here's as much as I can do to say it, but I know that you can sell it as the artist.
Right.
So that it's really cool. It's like magic.
It's nice when it all kind of comes together because it's stressful as a writer when you've got how it is in your head and you're like, I don't know how to get this through to an artist to have it be what I'm hoping, like what even partially what I envisioned in my head. And then you're like, maybe I just suck at writing, like maybe that's the problem. And so, you know, and then you find the right artist and it's just, it all just clicks and you go, oh no, I am okay, this is fine, like we're good now. This is amazing, it's better than I could have thought.
Yeah, it's cool to like with a different artist. I mean, because everyone's different, but like with Dracula going to Donald, I know there were a few pages that I wrote and I was thinking, this is probably going to be hard to draw. So I'm going to make sure and do some easy to draw ones too, like to kind of even it out. And sure enough, like when he get to those pages, he's like, that's when he'd be posted on Twitter. I am on a miserable page right now. I have to draw, you know, that picture of all the wives, you know, as they cross the threshold and get into his mansion. That's an intense amount of work because there's just so many figures. There's just a lot going on there. And so I knew that would be a tough one for him, but I'm not sure exactly what I pictured with this, but he did such a killer job of just the contrast of the black and the white, you know? It kind of takes you in, where, I don't know, it implies things too. And he's very good at that. He'll add little, just very subtle elements that add implications, you know? It makes it a little darker. Yeah.
Well, and just like I had said, like if you look at her mouth right with the camera right here, or you look at this girl's eye back here and how her mask seems just a little bit extra with the brow and a little bit more angular. It's like the ones in the back are towards the back because they are less good at a poker face. Yeah. And the ones up front that are like those are the ones that's like their practice. They've done this many, many times and they understand if you look creepy from the outset, you're going to lose your dinner. Yeah. So they're just like, oh no, we've got this. Like, oh, come, welcome. We're so happy to have you. And they're just like smacking those hands like, go away. Stop it. You're totally killing the vibe. Like, get back behind me, you know? And it's really cool to see because it's definitely something that Donald is really good at. And I also like the fact that if you look at all the way down to, you've got Dracula in the middle offering up what, you know, wine, what you assume is wine. And then immediately off of his hand is the bustiest girl that he has got with everything on display. And so it's just like this really decadent, opulent, like, come in and look at, we've got women and we've got wine and what more could you want? And look at how grand this ballroom is. Like, there's nothing to fear here. This is just normal life.
Yeah, it's all a ruse.
Yes.
And, it just subtle things like that. And I'm like, I didn't write it out. I don't even remember if there was a wine glass in the script, but it's just like he's welcoming them in. But this is perfect because it's kind of like it reminds me of like Leonardo DiCaprio. What's that show he's in where he's holding the same kind of deal? He's holding, maybe it's a champagne.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Was that it, or is it the?
Oh anyway, no, The Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby,
That's it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, in Gatsby, I think he has the champagne. In Wolf of Wall Street, it's either a tit or cocaine.
Yeah, slightly different demographic.
Little, not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Very psychological of you, Eric. Thank you.
It's funny too because they're all married to Dracula, and like there's a point where they're like kind of looking around, and Quincy, the guy, the Island Boy character, he's like, "Dude, everyone's married in here. Like, what gives? Like, this is not fun, you know." And it's it's just already like all of your expectations are have been undermined basically from this point forward.
Well, and it's so great too because by the time they catch on, you're already screwed.
Oh yeah,
it's already far too late.
Yeah, and that's kind of the question too, because it takes it back to like the whole Jeffrey Epstein dynamic of, hey, I'm in trouble with this guy that is super super rich and powerful. How do I not get in trouble? You know, and it's like, at what point can you turn back? Like, are you being too naive and following along with it?
Right.
And I don't know. That was just, I don't know the answer to it, but that's what I had fun like exploring with this story, because it was, like at what point are you being stupid for falling for it, but you can't really back out either. You're already trapped. Right.
Exactly. Oh, this looks like it's going to be so much fun. I'm so stoked that I am already in on this book. But for people who maybe have been sleeping and didn't know that this was out, which shame on you, it's already in demand. Like, get with it.
The books should be here any time now. So yeah, it could be like this week. I could have the books maybe next week at the latest. So yeah, this will be shipping really soon.
Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited.
Me too.
Let's go through the tiers so people know what they can still snag, hopefully, if they're quick.
Cool.
No, not the one of him like guffawing with the champagne glass. The one of him holding it up.
When he's offering it up. It was the cover of The Great Gatsby. It was like it was their whole fucking like poster for the movie. Anyway,
he's like toasting.
Yeah, it's exactly what he's doing, and he's in a white fucking suit with like the little black trim, and
he's not, but it was a nice try.
Whatever, it's close.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's exactly what I think of. Yeah.
And all the way down to the look, like the whole like and it's just like, I don't know that I like that look.
The party all the time. Yeah. Well, so since you got the t-shirt, you're lucky because the t-shirts are taken away now. You can't get a t-shirt. Because too
bad for all of you.
They're in production. So there might be, I overprinted just a little. I mean just a little. So there might be a few odds and ends here and there when I'm done. But as of right now, there's no t-shirts. And
awesome.
I'll be shipping those out as soon as those should be done anytime now too. So I'm excited for those.
So stoked.
I added the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Did you get two t-shirts, Shae?
No, I just got one. We'll have to share it.
Okay.
It's okay. We have so many comic t-shirts now. One of us can wear Dracula, and the other one will wear one of the other 5,000 shirts.
I was gonna say you have so many comic t-shirts now.
I do. I have a chest of drawers. I have a chest of drawers. There's actually at least one more over here, if not two, that I need to send you. But I have a chest of drawers, and 3 of those long drawers is just comic book t-shirts. It's insane.
I've got a few, but yeah, I mean, the more that they're around too, like their shirts are getting better and better. Like there's some fantastic t-shirts.
I would agree. People should go check out John Hervey's campaign. He has some good t-shirts. I wonder who designed them.
And beanies.
And beanies.
I just found the girl equivalent to the Island Boys.
No. Oh.
I saw that on Twitter today.
That is disturbing. Okay, let's go over your tiers. Damn it.
Yeah.
Shit. All right, your featured tier.
So top one here. This is both covers. If you want to, you can't decide between Kelsey Shannon and Eric Canetti. Why not get both? And that's what this is. Straight up, both hardcover books. printed here in the USA, API printing, which they do a fantastic job. So those are great. Then if you scroll down the next tier, I have the trading card set sort of symbolizing it, but this is the access to add-ons. And this is the best thing Indiegogo has done. It's just add so many options for add-ons in the back. So that way you can just get in here and then make whatever tier you want, like with anything that's available,
Awesome.
including like Downcast. I've got issues of Downcast, signed issues, things like that. You can get that here. Next
Highly
one down.
recommended if you don't have Downcast. Just throwing that out there.
Well, thank you. And it's only getting better too. I'm so excited for number 4. It's awesome.
All I'm gonna say though, Clint, I'm not making another underwater helmet. That was a lot, and then that sat on my floor, and in a week the whole thing caved in.
Yeah. Next time, Joanne has a little bit of a new look, so
Okay.
that might be worth revisiting.
Yes.
So
Yes, I could do that because then it's not the same cosplay. It's new cosplay.
yeah, exactly. It'll
See?
be new.
I appreciate you updating costumes of characters so I could still cosplay them.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
gotta be more mindful of that. Yeah, so this one's the digital PDF, and it's deluxe digital. So there are some extras and material in the PDF that's not in the printed book, and that's because we're like, well, we want to make it nice for international backers because you can avoid shipping, but we'll kind of sweeten the deal with some other nice extras, sketches, and things like that you're not getting in the printed version. So, so digital PDF, save on shipping.
Nice.
Next one is cover A. Pretty
Yeah.
straightforward. This is Kelsey Shannon's cover. The next one down is cover B, Eric Canetti's cover. And that's it. It's a really simple campaign. The trading card set, I will say, too, is unique to this campaign. And we have 4 new images that are just for the trading cards. Those are done by Henry Ponciano, and they're available as an add-on. So if you get anything, you can add on the trading card set as well.
Very cool.
That's it. Pretty straightforward campaign. Tried to make it simple.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that it was funded back in July, so
Yeah. Yep.
it's been in demand. Well, it hasn't been in demand for too long. It's been in demand for like a week and a half ish.
Maybe 3 weeks, something like that.
Has it been?
It was. Oh, is it July 25th? It says.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I guess
July
it wasn't
25th.
that long ago.
Right? That's what I'm
It feels-
saying. It's like just under 2 weeks.
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. So, but yeah, this will be my fastest turnaround time. It's crazy because I sent all the files into the printer months ago, way before the campaign launched, just to make sure that it would be like impressive turnaround time. So,
Awesome.
yeah, looking forward to shipping those out. It's always so fun to get new books and ship them.
Yes. You know what I need you to do in one of your next campaigns? This needs to be a patch.
Okay, all right. I know I can do that. I know I can. Yeah.
I
those?
got a guy. If you want
that's
his
right.
contact, he does good work.
Yeah.
If you want
And-
his contact again.
If
Yeah,
you want
I
his
was gonna
contact
say-
for the 50, it's fine. I'll just keep sending it to you.
I think I have it. Yeah.
Probably do. You probably do. It's Tony.
do.
It's Tony.
Good.
I don't even know if Tony still works there, to be honest.
No.
But the company still makes the patch.
The company still makes really good patches, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love your little candy
The logo. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
That was Bob Stone. So the same guy that did all the Jawbreakers logos and everything. He did that logo, and yeah, it's great. I love
It is. Very, very good. Well, geez, Clint, I hate this because, like, it's all so straightforward. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but damn it, I like talking to you.
Wait, did we abuse him into making stretch goals yet?
I had
He's
some stretch
fulfilling.
goals there. But yeah, we're kind of like I
They're past that.
have produced everything. So
Son of a bitch.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, for the next campaign.
I'll tell you what, since you're a Downcast fan too, do you want to see a little sneak peek at something?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, no one's watching. It's fine.
You're not supposed to say that when it's a promotion stream.
Don't tell him.
This is one of the covers for the next Downcast.
Oh shit! Holy, is that a giant fucking alligator?
This is a giant alligator. Yeah, it's a female alligator. If you're following like the gods and everything that have been happening in Downcast, this is one of them. So,
jeez,
this is gonna
awesome.
Be so great. Yeah, that's Matt Weldon. Here's Joanna up here, but we actually have her wearing a dress because she's trying to be professional in this.
Oh, yeah.
So,
she's like, let me get rid of the jeans and t-shirt and let me go a little more professional with it.
A little bit more professional, but she might regret that pretty soon. But
yeah, I don't think fighting in a dress works out too well.
No, this one's fun. I have Eric Weathers doing. It's not really a backup story. It's like it's a story that's important in context. So it's actually like chapter 2. So he's doing a full 20 pages on chapter 2, but it's a flashback for the Monstro. So it feels like it's a self-contained issue almost, but it's like super important, especially to read it at that point in time. So yeah, it's I'm pretty excited about it. It'll be great.
That is going to be awesome. I'm so stoked. Well, Sai, do you have any other questions?
Did we talk about stretch goals?
We didn't talk about stretch goals.
I feel like
but
I'm going to punch you in the tit.
Let's see. So the thing is, because everything was printed or at the printer. Okay, I was gonna say like we couldn't change a lot with the book because it was already being printed. But
right,
I'm making Shae think that I haven't been paying attention when I've been paying attention this whole time. So it's just a way to drive her insane.
Sai's been doing this to me for weeks, just FYI, Clint.
Oh,
so
okay,
gotcha. Is, and not all of it has been on purpose. Some of it has actually been Sai not listening. So yeah, it's a really funny joke that you're making right now. It's hilarious. You see me laughing.
I do. You're one of those laughing on the insides kind of bloody.
Yeah, that's me. Anyone who's watched our channel, I never laugh out loud.
Nope. You're a very subdued person.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is fulfilling like super soon.
Yeah, could be this week.
Wow.
They told me the books would be shipping like 2 days ago, but then they're like, it might be a little delay, maybe a week. So it's literally like any day. I'm just waiting for them to send me a tracking number. So yeah, so it could be a week, maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
That is awesome. So excited to get my copy. Is there any other little bits that you want to kind of let people know about when it comes to this, or did we cover it all?
It's pretty simple. I mean, I tried to make this like a very simple campaign. We did like all the production and stuff ahead of time, so it was interesting. I don't know. This is like one end of the spectrum of just I'm gonna do all the work ahead of time.
Yeah.
Finance it all. Like we'll get it printed and everything in motion first. And then that way people can have a quick turnaround time. I don't know that I'm always going to do that, but it was a really good sort of case study, I guess, to see how it would go. But I think people are going to really enjoy it. I mean, it's fun, simple at the same time story, because I'm not building this big universe around it.
Right.
So it's been kind of fun just to like tell a cool vampire story.
Like a nice little one shot.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you planning any sequels?
There's no plans for sequels, but I'm always talked into. People are like, maybe you could do more classic monster stuff. So I don't know. I could
that would
totally
actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, like a Frankenstein or something.
Yeah.
Or the Invisible Man has always appealed to me, and that could be fun.
Someone asked way at the beginning. I'm trying to find it as I scroll back, but someone was saying the real story is, who are Dracula's parents?
That's a good question. Yeah,
That is a good question. Probably
somewhere
killed them.
back in Transylvania.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there could be an interesting origin story. I mean, they've been done before for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Well, I think it'd be really cool, especially if like even if it was just like one a year, you did kind of your version of like monster books and have them come out right around this time so people have them in time for Halloween, October and everything. I feel like that would be a really cool kind of way to do some storytelling and get some content that lets you stretch outside of your more planned continuing series.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
And it's nice to do that kind of stuff. It's easy to kind of get stuck in a rut of, I do sci-fi stories, you know what I mean? And it's like you almost get typecast for, you just do this one kind of story.
Right.
And so it's nice to do something completely different.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely agree. Gordon is telling us to check the campaign page, so I'm trying to see if it's going to update.
Instead of just refreshing it live and having it not update, like
It gets awkward and
yeah.
Oh, there we go. It did go up actually. I just refreshed it.
I was gonna
That's
say,
so funny because I just refreshed and it didn't.
Gordon refunded. That's what happened.
There's
That's why
one
he's
more
like,
backer. So it's 397 backers, but now it's the dollar amount that's lagging. But I'm showing it 20,000.
Oh, there it is.
501.
And boom.
There it is.
Yay!
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for backing, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Look at Gordon's like, he's like, fake news. I know. This is Indiegogo, man. It's terrible. It takes a minute to update that stuff. Well, Clint, I am so excited for this. I can't wait to get it and read it. And you've got to let us know when you are ready for Downcast Book 4. Like, if you don't have a launch stream, dude, hit me up.
I'll plan ahead more that time for Downcast 4. So, but,
absolutely. Oh, Jason, you are going old school with the questions.
I threw this out there as I felt you wrapping up.
Yeah. And we get one. If you could be any tree, what would you be and why?
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Let's go with, I don't know, something with
Nuts.
a cherry tree. We'll do that.
Okay, why?
Because it's edible. I don't know.
Because it's edible. Because Clint likes cherries.
Yeah, I always loved, I don't know, my grandma had a cherry tree. I would climb up when I was a kid and we would just eat cherries, me and my brothers.
That's so much better than what we used to do as kids. We had crabapple trees and those are horrible.
Oh, and you're just trying to stomach.
You're like, oh, it's so sour. And then you chucked rotten ones at little kids. Yeah. Yep. That's all that we did over in Taylorsville.
Yeah. Trees.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Clint, for hanging out with us. We love having you on. And seriously,
thanks for having me.
So excited for this. Excited for everything that you got coming up in the future. Make sure you let us know ahead of time so we can always get you on.
All right. Will do. Thank you.
Sai, thanks for setting up the stream.
You're welcome. I was trying to ask you a question.
What?
Shae, if you could be any kind of tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
A redwood, because I'm already tall.
And red?
And red. It's on brand.
That tracks.
Yep. And they're old as fuck. Geez, I'd live a long time, I guess. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you to the chat for hanging out with us.
Yes.
We absolutely love you guys. And thank you to everyone. I should have said Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who's backed. If you have not already, please make sure that you share this out. Get in on it while you still can, because Clint is going to be fulfilling any day now. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie. We will check you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.